So let's talk more about that and maybe retail earnings as well with our friend Jan Rogers Kniffen, president and founder of Rogers Kniffen Worldwide. Jan, I don't know the new guy at all. You probably do. Market doesn't seem to like him. Is that the right move?
Well, I think they were expecting something different. I mean, think about it. Michael Fidelki, in my opinion, is no Doug McMillon. So they would have liked to have seen someone that was going to transition Target into something stronger than what they've been recently. And Brian Carnell is just stepping up as opposed to stepping out. And if Brian was the problem, then the street's saying, well, why is he staying? And then we think a big part of the problem is operations. That the stores don't look as good. They've got stockouts. The cleanliness is not as good. This looks like they don't have enough help, or the help they've got's not doing enough. But something's happening inside the store. So if a big part of the problem is operations, the street says, why are we promoting the COO? He's the operations guy. Ergo, stock is down a lot. What, $6 last I looked? I think it was 10 for a while.
Yeah, and again, I don't know the guy. Maybe he's got his own views. I go back to AT&T. So AT&T, which we'll talk about at the end of the show, they had a CEO. The market didn't like him. He left. His number two became the CEO, and now the company and the stock have done much, much better. So are we being too hard on the new guy?
Yeah, probably. We always are. But, if they'd have brought somebody in totally from the outside, we would have gone, what does this guy know about Target? Can he really do this? But I do think this is not what the street was looking for. And when that happens, there's disappointment. Maybe we're not being fair. He may do a fabulous job. He may be the second coming, and we may get a big improvement in the way Target operates. But when you have somebody that came all the way up through and then needs to make the changes, you're just unconvinced it's going to happen.
Well, and
right?
if he is the second coming, that means he's being hamstrung right now because he would have all these great ideas. He's just not allowed to implement them. How about this, Jan? I was talking about it with my lovely bride this morning. She worked in consumer products for 30 years. What is Target? I know what Costco is. Costco said, we're this, and this is what we are. Walmart kind of stayed out of everything because Walmart's like low prices, low prices, low prices. Target went kind of hard one way, then tried to pivot back hard the other way. Did that hurt them?
Now you've got the real problem.
Okay.
Target was Target.
My third question. Here we go.
2006. That's when they were Target. And it started to slip. And so they started looking for that silver bullet to make everything better. And they went into P-Fresh Grocery, which I said, oh, yeah, let's go compete directly with Walmart. That's a good idea. Wasn't a good idea. I didn't think then. I still don't think it was. If they were going to grocery, they needed to be Trader Joe's, not like Walmart. And so I think that's got them closer to Walmart, not farther away. And then they went into Canada. That was a big mistake. Brian got them out of that. Credit to him. Then they went in and really knocked the cover off the ball during COVID because they perfected curbside pickup and in-store pickup, which they weren't really good at before. But you can do that with brute force during COVID because there is no competition and there was no pressure on pricing at all. People would pay whatever they would for whatever they wanted. And so that looked great at the time, but it isn't working well enough now to keep that going and to operate efficiently without cost. And so they're looking for places to save the cost, and I think it's hurting their performance inside.
Can they? Well, okay, then that because to your point, it used to be Target, which is kind of high-end, lower end. Like people would go there because they had unique items, Massimo and some other things, and it was kind of a fancier Walmart. And I'm sure many people watching right now in the Nicollet Mall and their headquarters would agree that that's what they still are. The market disagrees. Right. Is there anything that you would advise them to do, maybe to get back to where they were, or is it too late?
I personally think it's too late. But when they were Target, I used to say Target is the best retailer in the country. Today, the best retailer in the country is Walmart. Second's Costco. Third's Home Depot. Fourth is Dick's Sporting Goods. Fifth is TJX. Who's conspicuously absent from that? Target. They're not operating well. And they're up against the very, very best we've ever seen in retailing, Walmart. And they're up against Amazon, who 20 years ago was sort of just a twinkle in the eye of Jeff Bezos.